Alrighty, and so we're going to go ahead and get started with round one. This is a hand that gets a plains and has an island, and then if we draw one more land, we're good. If not, then we're in trouble. So, of course, we're going to keep it and go from there. Alright, exactly what we wanted to see, our 6-mana spell. We're just going to go ahead and do this. Go ahead and get our foil plains. Ah, there we go. Still need to draw land, but that at least gives us something to do. The Sky Spawner. We're hoping to follow up with a flyer of our own. Definitely going to attack into that. So the question is, I suppose we could Rush of Ice the Sky Spawner. I don't really want to Clutch of Currents it, but we can tap it down and get in. He may have traded, but without us drawing a land, of course, makes it a little more difficult, and we do want to get some ingest on just in case. Whatever color opponent's playing mono blue, definitely would be interesting. Finally get hit here for one. Yep. Well, opponent has no plays. It's always a good sign. So let's go ahead and get in for another one here. Suppose I could have Tightening Coils the Sky Spawner, but we will see if we need to do that at some point. Go ahead and play our Shadow Glider. Hopefully next turn we can draw another land and just play the Manta and kind of be off to the races in the air. That is the idea. If we draw a consecutive land, we go 3/2 flyer, 3/3 flyer, 3/4 flyer. I mean, that's gonna be tough for anybody to deal with, especially since we still have the clutch and the tightening coils. Definitely not blocking here. It doesn't have ingest or anything. Oh, I gotta get some ramp on. At least everything else is on the ground. Okay, so we'll go ahead and serve in. He's probably gonna block the 2/2 flyer. Then we'll follow up with our own Sky Spawner. She would like to draw that extra land, but unlike yesterday, where I was drawing nothing but land, now we're a little bit stuck on it, but with the Scion, I might trade here if he attacks, or I might keep it to play the Manta. I'm not real sure how I want to do it yet. Let's see what he serves in with. So our opponent is the Ooh, I got our opponent's Evolving Wilds. That's good. So our opponent is the blue-red deck, which would be very good against us probably. It can be aggressive on the ground. I think we're just gonna go ahead and block, save some damage. Block one of the Scion tokens there. Limit his mana production, and there we go. So now we're definitely going to have the air superiority, as it were. Alright. I'm gonna go and get tapped down, which is okay. I'm gonna go ahead and play the Manta. I can block the 1/1s. We still have the Tightening Coils and the Clutch of Currents, so I'm not too worried about things yet, because we can definitely play them both on one turn if we have to. Drawing another land, we'll definitely just play the Ghostly Sentinel and kind of go from there. He'll be able to attack and a block. Incubator Drone. I definitely do like the adverse conditions. I thought the card was pretty good. Alright. So this one we will just bounce with the Clutch here, and then get our attack on. Since he doesn't have the mana. Does not have the mana to recast it even next turn if he doesn't draw a land, play land. So I also could just attack in and maybe play the Tandem Tactics and see if he'll yeah, I think we'll just do that. See if he blocks and play the Tandem Tactics. And if not, play the Clutch. I'm assuming that our opponent has just all red, mostly red spells in his hand. That would be my guess. It does have the Tightening Coils though, and that is a good one. He's gonna definitely serve in. I mean, I'll just use it as a chump blocker at some point to save us some extra life. We'll see if he gets rolling on red mana at some point. We're gonna go ahead and attack in with our 3 power in the air. Yep, definitely glad to see that. We are gonna go ahead and get our black source. I think we'll show our opponent our black source. I know it's not always best to show information, but I think it's okay. We haven't shown any spells, so interesting. Our opponent didn't attack there. I mean, he's not going to be blocking any of our air guys, so. Oops. Not gonna attack with that guy. Yep. Another mountain. let's just go ahead and play that thing. Yep. I was saying he probably had Scatter to the winds, which is fine. It's something that we passed, so we knew it was there. That guy is really, really good. We'll go ahead and block here. Actually, probably shouldn't have blocked there. I could have just used that for killing the 4/5. That was really dumb of me. But we can sheer drop here. And we can Bone Splinters here. And still get in an attack. So we ingested the Tide color. Oh wow. That card's really good with the counterspell. Or Clutch of Currents, or Rush of Ice. Yeah, we still have, very good plays here. I'd like to draw a land so we can play, I don't know if he played something, but maybe he won't. I'd like to draw a land so we can play the Waving Elemental. That would be nice. Alright, so we did draw land, but not one that we can utilize right away, but that's fine. I'll go ahead and serve in with those guys. That guy's pretty good. Go ahead and put that guy in here. Yeah, this 3 damage for 8 mana. 8 mana is no joke. And to be able to lightning bolt things is pretty awesome. So now here comes possible removal spells, like Touch of the Void, that kind of thing. So we still have to be careful. We're definitely haven't not killed our opponent. Now if he plays a creature, that's something that we obviously can deal with, either Tightening Coils or the Clutch of Currents. Definitely did not have as much power in the raw power in the air as I was hoping, but the Cloud Manta, got Tightening Coils. We had the Ghost Sentinel countered, so that kind of thing is interesting. That our opponent does not have any spells to play currently. I would suspect that he would have something at 6 mana. Finally, a red source that I did not ingest. There we go. Ah, the Rush of Ice. Excellent. So we can Clutch of Currents that with Awaken. Is he also going to bounce something? Nope, just decided to tap his thing. Oh, well, we got the win. So, flyers from our opponent. Don't know if I want the extra, if I want the Courier Griffin. Silent Skimmer seems good. The grave birthing. Don't know that I'm a huge fan. The Cliffside Lookout looks pretty poor, I think. I think we'll do a Courier Griffin. For that, the Pilgrim's Eye was good. This Intruder obviously was awesome. Yeah, I think that looks better. So maybe a Courier Griffin over the Manta because he has the Sky Spawner. Drops our power down a teeny bit, but gives us extra protection against the Sky Spawner. Religious trade with the Manta. Let's try that and see what happens. We have all our colors and enough mana, so we're going to go ahead and keep. I don't know if I've said this in any of my other videos, but the Clutch of Currents, it's important to try to be the second person to cast Clutch of Currents, because if somebody bounces your creature, you then, and makes a land, as you cast your Clutch of Currents to make a land, you bounce their land to their hand. You know, if they have landfall, obviously that's a little bit different story, but yeah, I definitely think that the person who casts Clutch of Currents second has the upper hand. Not sure if we're gonna sheer drop the Coral Helm. He does give something unblockable, or basically something can't be blocked. That's a very strong ability. Yeah, and that guy's pretty good as well. But we're not gonna be doing anything else on turn 3. So perhaps just doing the sheer drop is good enough. Save us two damages next turn. Yeah. I think we're just gonna sheer drop. I would actually like to sheer drop this guy, but we're gonna be playing the Courier Griffin on turn 4. And so we'll have been taken 4 next turn, so go down to 14 instead of 16. Just need to draw some more creatures here on out, I think is kind of the key. Evolving Wild triggers with the 3/4 flyer is good. +2/+2 twice, you know, get +4/+4. So I want to save that till the end, I think. That guy's pretty strong, actually. Alrighty, so still looking to draw some other action besides just lands. You know, as I've said many times recently, 3 lands and 8 lands and 3 spells, just not going to cut it in any format. Even a landfall deck would have a tough time with just that few spells. You got to have a bit more to work with, as it were. Yeah, the ally trigger for the Menace, it didn't seem like he had that many allies, so I wasn't too worried about that as much. It's definitely going to serve him with a 3/4 though, and then we'll just play the Cascade, I think. Unfortunately, the Griffin's going to have to sit back as a blocker for now. So Grave Birthing will actually be okay. We actually might... So do the Cascade here. Keep that tapped down. Now he'll stay back as a blocker. He hasn't killed the Griffin yet, so... He definitely has the more advanced board. I don't see no reason to attack for 2 and then get attack back for 5, although we do have this guy's surprise blocker. I think we're going to do that no matter what. Oh, good. My question is, do we trade block or chump block? I suppose it's probably chump block. He has to choose which card from his graveyard goes into exile. Probably, I would guess, is Coralhelm Guide. As, yep, he still has the thing that brings back an Awaken. So, let's just save some life here, I think. Okay. So I think here we will play... let's play a Plains. And we will Awaken and bounce this guy. Oops. Let's make sure our Castle Awaken. Okay. So we'll bounce that guy. Make this. Ooh, actually. I forgot. We want to do the. So bounce this guy and make this one the 3/3. Because if this gets bounced on our side, we can lay it down again and tap something down. So we'll have 2 unknown cards in hand. Definitely probably play the 3/4. The 3/4 is going to be pretty good against us, actually. But I guess I'll probably just serve in. We might just serve in with everybody. Play the 3/4. I don't know what the other 2 cards are, but we're in a tough spot here. It's going to be tough for us to stabilize. He got on a pretty aggressive roll early. Kind of curved out. Curving out in this format, I think, is huge. If you're able to go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, which you can do in this format. I think curving out is real big because it just means you're, getting things going and whatever. So yeah, I think that's pretty important. Let's see if he serves in. I think I will block. It's my land. He has a combat trick. He has a combat trick. All right. So, I think we just have to play the Cloud Manta. And pass. Still don't know what our opponent has in hand. Maybe just land. Wow, the Mist Intruder. I do like that card. I wish we would have gotten more of them. Unfortunately, I have to double block the Vestige. And yeah. Just need to draw some sort of action next turn. Not really caring which one it is, but some sort of action. Actually, I'm actually kind of happy that we're left with the 2/3, to be honest, rather than the 3/2. That is not some sort of action. That is no action, actually. But the thing is that we'll get I guess. The thing is that now I have the extra toughness. I exactly know why you order the blockers that way. The extra toughness is pretty big, actually. Still 11 lands to 6 spells, I think, unfortunately. Oh, Rolling Thunder, that's going to be awesome. That's going to be really tough to play against. I won't have an answer to that ever. So that's just going to kill us, I think, if he gets that in game 3 as well. Yeah, just too many lands. You know, we're obviously playing 17. This would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. One was off of the Thopter, so 11 lands to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spells. So, yeah, no. I've said it before. I've said it multiple times that it is, there's nothing you can do about it. You're just gonna have to keep going. It makes some of the games frustrating, but our opponent's showing us more cards, so I'm happy about that. Yeah, it's gonna be tough. I think he's got a pretty. Oh, he's even showing us more cards. Excellent. Our curve is not very high. We definitely, I'm not running too many lands. I'm not running too few lands. Should be able to get us a pretty even number of, spells and lands, and kind of go from there. So, could put in the Stonehaven medic, I suppose. A lot of his stuff has 2 power on the ground. The 2 toughness there is not very good, but I think, yeah, we'll do this instead of the Coral Helm Guide. So go ahead and submit that and see what happens this time. Of course I would like to play first. And of course we will keep this. It's a little unfortunate that we don't have any of our 3 or 4 mana flyers, but hopefully we'll get to them as we go. Since we have so many of them. We'll just go ahead and do this. There's no reason not to. Just get another. Nothing else is. Oh, gotta set up our things. Ooh, Touch the Void is a good one. Yeah, I mean, nothing else is. Double anything, although I suppose if I draw Draina's Emissary, I should have played that to sequence that differently, but that's right, we're just going to get another island and hope that we don't draw Draina's Emissary. Alright. I don't think we want to kill that. I think we're just gonna serve in. It didn't look like he had any processors, so I don't think the ingest is going to be anything real great. But I can't actually kill it. Bounce it, but take our one here. I just feel like there's much better things to kill than a 1/2 flyer. Much more important things. That would have been a very good one for us. We have several more where that came from. That we apparently will never be able to draw, ever. Just gonna go ahead and stay back. Our opponent has somehow, miraculously, air superiority. Absolutely no clue how that works. Seeing as how we're behind, it's going to be a little difficult at this point. But I wish this gave flying, but it does not. Well, that would have been another good flyer for us to have, but that's okay. We'll play this flyer. Next turn we will play the Clutch Occurrence, I think, with our Awaken. Unfortunately, he probably has Awaken. He hasn't played land, though, so being stuck on land will help us a little bit. And the fact that this is Vigilance flyer, I'm okay trading a 2-for-1 here and attacking with the Vigilance, and I can tandem tactics, so it's totally okay. If he attacks, I'm just going to chump block with the drone. I wouldn't mind getting a loot on. Yeah, definitely. Definitely going to jump block with the drone. Alright, so we're definitely, unfortunately, looking at getting tempoed out here by our opponent. Interesting, he did not attack with the Sky Spawner. Yes, I would like to use this ability. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and pitch that. Okay, so let's go ahead. I suppose we sheer drop this guy, the Predator. Well, we can actually do both. We can do the Pilgrim's Eye, get our swamp, and then sheer drop. Play land. Cast this. And there we go. And now have to be careful of the Clutch Occurrence or Rush of Ice with Awaken if he plays a land. But that's why we keep back our Clutch Occurrence. Ah, he's going to get the Rush of Ice, unfortunately. It's going to be pretty good. Yeah, we'll let him get in one more time with the Mist Intruder. Unfortunately, he's going to be able to Rush of Ice our Vigilance guy again next turn, or this turn even, if he plays an island, but I'm Amazingly, we just need to get more flyers out. I don't... Well, I'm definitely going to block your Sky Spawner. Yeah, I didn't think so. I'm okay with that. We'll take 2. That would have been a nice land to have. There we go. Now, we definitely have some air power. Now, the question is, do we also Clutch of Currents his Tide Caller and attack on the ground as well? I think so. Well, if he Rush of Ices and then plays the Tide Caller again, then we're kind of in trouble. I think we just attack in and play the Manta. And then we have Tandem Tactics. If he plays a land in Rush of Ices, he won't be able to attack with the land. So that'll give us a chance to tempo the land with our Clutch of Currents, which would be good. That guy's really, really good. We are definitely going to Bone Splinters the Thopter to kill that thing. There's no doubt in my mind. That actually is awesome. That actually gave us an extra turn for... So actually, now we Sky Spawner sacrifice the 1/1 to kill that thing. And we still leave up Tandem Tactics. Oh, I'm an idiot. That's really, really bad. Missed out on a whole 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage. That was really, really poor. Now his Rush of Ice is going to be really good. That was really frustrating. And misclick cost us the game, unfortunately. We still have the Tandem Tactics. That guy's really good now. Yeah, that was going to be really important. Gosh. That really hurt. Really hurt. We're going to have to do this. Let's do this land. This creature, this land. Sure. was really frustrating. But not much I can do about it. Just gotta keep playing. Because this would have been like way lethal. Which would have been awesome, but well, not way lethal, but he would have had, yeah, it just not. Would have been way different than what it is right now, I guess is what I need to say. But it happens. Just clicked right through the rest of my main phase. But I just need to get better at Magic Online and, you know, that kind of thing. I am glad that he did not block to kill the land. So I can attack with this guy and the land. If he plays the wave elemental, I can tandem tactics. Definitely just serve in that way. I'm hoping that's what happens. But yeah, it was pretty frustrating to be so close. I had the idea in my head, you know, obviously I knew what I was gonna do. Just, oh, he can't, that's right, he can't do the elemental because he sacrificed his spawn. That's interesting. Without that land. Yeah, interesting. Yep, Rush of Ice that way. Ooh, that's going to be pretty good. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and attack in. It's gonna be pretty good if I can remember how to do the things that I need to do. I guess is what I need to say. Alright, so we're definitely going to tandem tactics. This guy and this guy. Pretty much anything he plays, we're going to just Ulamog's Nullifier. No matter what. Because I get to counter a spell and lock out the game. I was reading about Awaken and counter spells actually, and I read that if you counter the spell, even if it's cast with Awaken, you don't get the 1/1 counters because the spell has to resolve for you to get any of the counters, which I thought was interesting. I did not know that. At the pre-release, we had that question, and the way that it reads, it seems like if you cast it with the Awaken cost, you just automatically get the 1/1 counters, and then you get the spell effect. So we kind of may have done that wrong, but it's good to know that's kind of how it works. So I'm feeling pretty safe with this, and we get there. Yay! Got a round 1 win for once. So the Flyers got me there. I don't think I had optimal draws in any of them, but it was good. You know, we had obviously the lockout here. Opponent didn't know that, but it was a good game. It was tough. Similar deck, surprisingly. There was just so many Flyers going around, so we'll see what happens in round 2. Thanks, guys.